Hello, guys. I am Chioma Ibe. If this is your first time of coming across this page, I beg of you to please like, subscribe, and follow this page. This will mean a lot to me in a small way, please. Just like and follow this page. So, today I want to talk about skills or handwork that you need to learn or acquire outside being a professional that could help you when you are relocating abroad. These skills will come handy. You'll see its usefulness, when you relocate. And one of them is learning how to barb, hair barbing. This is very important, very, very important. You learn the skill, it will help you. Now, to barb hair over here in UK, for instance, let me use UK for instance. To barb children hair, you spend like £10 to barb one person's hair. Then when you have three kids, like I do, I have three boys, that means you spend like £30 to barb their hair. And if you need to commute to the place, maybe if you're driving, you also spend costs in fueling your car. Now, if also entering a public transport, maybe you're going with a taxi, you also pay, like, depending on your location anyway, depending on how close you are to where you need to have the haircut, you may end up spending like £5 to £6 to and fro, like £12. Then the cost of barbing the hair. So in my own case, you may spend like £42 or thereabouts just to have a haircut. I know children hair, they also grow so fast, so within 2 weeks or so you will need to go back again and barb their hair. So if you learn this skill to be useful to you, you can also use it as a means to earn money too. At your free time, you can also, work somewhere and make some money out of it. So it's very important. So if you still have that spirit of converting, it's a spirit. If you start converting, you won't do things that you ought to do. Sometimes I do that conversion knowingly or unknowingly. I still do conversion. So I'll convert £10. With the exchange rate today, you have about 8,000 or thereabout just to have a haircut. So if you learn this skill, it will be useful to you. You can barb your hair, barb some other person's hair, and make money out of it. The another one is hairstyling. Stylists, it's also an important skill you need to learn, or handwork you need to learn. If you have kids, you have a daughter, you have daughters that you need to make their hair. If you take them to where they will make their hair, especially if they're doing braiding, they want to braid their hair with attachment or whatever thing they want to use to braid the hair. You will spend like up to £100 to £200 just to get that done, depending on your location anyway. Now, for myself, I've been weaving my hair all this while. I've not really gone to do any serious hair braiding. I weave my hair, carry it that way, or sometimes I wear wig. So because I got to know the lady, and she's not doing it on a commercial basis. She charges like, she'll tell you, give me any amount. So I give her like £10 just to weave my hair. Then I have to pay transport to the place. So you see, plus or minus, you're spending like £20 just to weave your hair. So you cannot imagine when you need to do a hair that will take more than 2, 3, 4 hours. You pay more for that. So learning how to braid is very important. Learning how to style hair is very important. Learning how to fix weave-ons and the rest, very important. Now for children, you need to get those accessories you need for children's hair to decorate their hair, ribbons, and the rest of them. These things are cheap in Africa. Let me use Nigeria for instance. These things are cheap over there in Nigeria. So you can get them far, far more cheaper than what you see here. So it's good you get these things along with you. Then also the attachment too. You can get attachments for like £7, £8, £9, depending on the quality and the type that you need. Obviously, these things are cheaper in Nigeria. You can get them cheaper, or other places in Africa. You can get this cheaper than what you see here. So the things you need to make your children's hair, attachments, and the rest of them, come along with them. These things will be very handy for you. Then also, if you need hair conditioner for your hair, Actually came with one which I've exhausted, and if I had known, I would have come with more. You know, it's very cheap over there, and it will be useful to you. Then another thing is fashion designing. Fashion designing is very important too. A lot of times you see people who belongs to different platforms, they are asking, where do we go and make our, they'll be asking questions, do you know of any tailor that could make a dress for us? People do wedding, people do traditional marriage hair, people also, people do occasions, birthday, dedications, and the rest. Sometimes they need people to make African attire for them, and they don't really get to see. There are few persons who know how to do that. So, if you know how to do that, you can make a living out of it. You can make money out of it. So, learning how to sew is very important. Fashion designing, and also makeup too. Learning how to do makeup is also good. People who learn how to do that, they also make money out of it. During occasions, weddings, and the rest of them, you could, offer your service, make people up for their occasions, and you make earning out of it. Another one is baking. Learning how to bake is also very important, because sometimes you see people hosting one birthday party, one occasion or the other, and they need African dishes. So if you know how to do this, you can make money out of it. You can cook different delicacies for them and make money out of it. And also another thing you need to learn, how to they call it mechanic, how to repair vehicles. Having that skill is also important. Repairing car here is very expensive because you pay per hour. You can pay as much as 50 to 60 pounds per hour just to get your vehicle fixed. So when it take the person like 2, 3, 4 hours to fix this car, you spend more. That's why most people buy brand new cars, so that before you start giving them issues, they would have used it for a while. And if possibly, they will sell it out and maybe get a new one. So if you know how to fix, you don't need to do maybe sophisticated one. If you learn basic things on how to fix car, you can, when your car develops any fault, you can actually fix it. Or you can also work and earn money as a side hustle from it. So it's very key, very important to do that. So people learn how to paint, tiling. These labors are very expensive here. Whoever you are calling will charge you per hour, and the rate, it ranges from 50 to 60 pounds depending on your location anyway. So when you learn these skills, they will come handy for you, and you also make a fortune out of it. I hope with this little I've shared, someone would have benefited somewhere from it. And also repairing of phones too, you can make money out of it if you learn how to repair phones. And you can come with as many screen guards. You can lay your hands on screen guard. My phone, if you have children around, sometimes they play with your phone and the phone keeps falling. And I went to change my screen guard, and it cost like that's about £8 or so to change the screen guard. I know, for instance, in Nigeria, you can get screen guard for like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, depending. So you can imagine using like £8 to change the screen guard, and obviously the phone keeps falling and you need to change it. So if you have this handy, it will be useful to you. For women, ladies who loves ornaments, earrings, makeup, powder, and the rest, if you can, do get these things along with you. Because if you used to buy earring from Aboki, I used to buy from Aboki sometimes. You see fine, fine earring, Aboki will give you for 200, 300. That's for Nigerians, 500, depending. And you go to buy this thing, you see just one earring that's not even looking too beautiful here. You see it for like £2, £3, and the rest, some of them are not even new ones. You see them for that amount. You say, earring that you could get very cheap, and you are buying this amount, even for powder too. I know different people use different types of, powder, foundation, and the rest. But if you can get as much of this, your makeup, what you need for your makeup, your powder, your brow, your foundation, your lipstick, you can get all these things in Nigeria, in Africa, wherever you reside. These things are very cheap there, but if you come here, oh my god, The prices are something else. When you start converting, like I said, me, I'm still converting though. I'll change anyway, but for now, I am still converting. Even when those around me will say you're not in Nigeria, there's no need of you converting these things. But that hasn't changed anything. For me, I still convert. So I hope with this I've shared it to help one or two persons, to learn what and these skills are very this handwork are very they're not too expensive to learn in Nigeria or Africa. They're really quite cheap when you compare learning these things. I know also YouTube can also help you to learn. A lot of people learn things from YouTube, but that sometimes that some of these skills you will need you there are some secrets in these skills, be this business that you need to also learn that will help you outside what you learn on YouTube. So I hope this helps one or two persons who needs this information. If it does, please do like, subscribe, and follow this page. That will mean a lot to me, please. Thank you. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.